Hi there, my name is Blake Bess, and today my rags to riches speech is on Mark Cuban. Let's hop straight into it. So, today we're going to go over Mark's life story. Now, we'll start off with Mark's childhood and his upcoming in life, and his struggles as a teenager. Next, we'll go on to Mark's success in business. Third, we'll talk about how he's making a difference in the world today. And fourth and final point is projects Mark has done for his community and charities that he supports. So, let's start off with Mark's childhood and his upcoming in life. Now, Mark was born on July 31st, 1958 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As a teenager, he sold trash bags to buy basketball shoes for his basketball team. Now, most teenagers would get a job at McDonald's, Arby's, TJ Maxx, Kohl's, and those type of jobs, but not Mark. Mark decided to be different and become an entrepreneur and think outside of the box. He even was a coin and stamp salesman. Now, his dad was different from parents, or most parents, and he wanted Mark to struggle a little and make his own money and get a taste of adulthood. So, in high school, Mark started taking psychology classes at the University of Pittsburgh. Now, he fully skipped out on his senior year and decided to fully enroll at the University of Pittsburgh. So, Mark transferred from Pittsburgh University to Indiana University. Why, you may ask? Well, Mark wanted to go to a top business school in the nation, and he wanted to go there at a low and affordable cost. So Mark, being Mark, did some research and found Indiana University, which was amongst the highest business schools, or highest ranked business schools in the nation, but was at one of the lowest costs in the nation too. So when Mark was at Indiana University, he started giving dancing lessons, which he later in a CNBC interview had talked about how that was his favorite job that he's ever had. So, Mark's senior year, this is a great story. He actually opened his own bar called Motley's Pub, but it was unfortunately shut down due to underage patrons. And Mark wasn't even able to legally drink yet. He was 20 at the time when he opened the bar. In a CNBC interview, Mark had talked about as a joke that his biggest lesson in business was to never have underage patrons at your bar. Great lesson, Mark. So, after college and after graduating, he moved back to Pittsburgh and found a job at Mellon Bank, where he worked there for about 5 to 6 months before he found a job in Dallas, Texas, where he decided to make it big. Now, that job was selling software at a software firm, and he had made a $15,000 commission one day, and he wanted to go and collect the check for $15,000, but his boss had told him to stay put and stay in the office. Mark, being Mark, though, disobeyed his orders and went and collected the check from the client. Now, when Mark had returned, his boss had fired him right on the spot for disobeying his orders. Now, after getting a taste of the real world, that helped lead into Mark's success in business. Now, after being fired, Mark opened his own company called Micro Solutions. Now, Micro Solutions was initially a system integrator and software reseller. He then sold the business to CompuServe for $6 million. His first business sold for $6 million. Now, after getting a taste of success, Mark and a former Indiana alumni, Todd Wagner, started their own business called Audio.net, but was later renamed to Broadcasting.com. So the company went public in 1998 and soared up. The stock reached $200. $200. A year later, Mark and Todd Wagner sold the company for $6 billion to Yahoo. Mark started his first company, which sold for $6 million, and then his second company, which was his biggest company that he's ever had, sold for $6 billion. After taxes and his cut with Todd Wagner, Mark made a comfortable $2.4 billion. So, what is Mark doing today? So, Mark has a portfolio of over 200 companies on his personal website, and there's a big list of them. But today, Mark is famously known for being on CNBC's Shark Tank, where he is a shark or an investor amongst four other sharks on the show. He even owns the Dallas Mavericks, which he bought for $285 million, which is worth $2.4 billion today. Now, I did the math, and that is an 850% increase on his money. So a fun fact about Mark is Mark actually tried to buy teams such as the Pittsburgh Penguins, Chicago Cubs, Texas Rangers, and even the LA Dodgers. So Mark is a very, very charitable man. He supports such causes as, AIDS and HIV, animals, at-risk and disadvantaged youths, autism, children, health, human rights, mental challenges, and physical challenges. But the charities that he mainly supports are the Girls and Boys Club of America, Autism Speaks, the Christopher and Donna Reeves Foundation. He also supports the Elton John's Aid Foundation, and one of his biggest charities that he really supports is the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Now, he has been on interviews talking about how we really should go and support the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital and all the good they do for our community. Now, Mark is a huge dog lover, owning multiple dogs. So naturally, he is a very, very big supporter of the Humane Society, which does a lot for not just dogs, but other animals such as cats too. So today we talked about Mark's life story. And we started off at Mark's childhood and his upcoming in life, and even his struggles as a teenager, all the way from selling trash bags and being a coin and stamp salesman. We also talked about Mark's success in business and how he went from selling his first company for $6 million all the way to selling his second company for $6 billion. We also went over what is Mark doing today and how he is an investor with 200 companies in his portfolio, or over 200 companies, and how he is most famously known for being on Shark Tank. Now, we also went over projects Mark has done for his community and all the charities that he supports, such as the Elton John AIDS Foundation, Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society, and even the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So, a final fun fact is most people don't know that Mark is quite the actor and has been in a lot of films. His resume includes Brooklyn Nine, The Rookie, Dr. Ken, The Cookout, and even Deadfall. And the list of films goes on and on and on. Here are my sources, and thank you for listening.